YouTube is used by both good and bad people. Bad people film the bad things they do and upload them to YouTube. Bad people do not upload the bad things they do to other people because YouTube's artificial intelligence systems can quickly detect and delete the video. However, the bad things done to animals are not fully detected by YouTube's AI systems, which cannot make a clear decision. YouTube needs our help. What is YouTube? YouTube is the world's largest online video sharing platform and social media site, allowing users to upload, share, comment on, and watch other users' videos. YouTube was founded on February 14, 2005 by Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim, who were all former PayPal employees. The first video uploaded to the platform was Me at the Zoo, filmed by co-founder Jawed Karim at the San Diego Zoo. This video was uploaded on April 23, 2005, and is still available to watch on the platform. Gaining immense popularity in a short time, YouTube was acquired by Google for $1.65 billion in November 2006, just 18 months after its founding. This acquisition further accelerated YouTube's growth, turning it into a global phenomenon. The cruel acts inflicted upon animals are not fully detected by YouTube's artificial intelligence systems, which cannot make a clear decision. The YouTube team cannot watch billions of videos. This would require an enormous amount of time. Years could pass before some videos are even reviewed. YouTube needs our help. Here are some of the cruel things that bad people do to animals: beating, kicking, and maiming, hitting animals with sticks, kicking them, or using other objects just for pleasure, due to a lack of anger control, or under the guise of discipline. These actions often lead to internal bleeding, broken bones, and permanent disabilities. Methods of torture. Unthinkable methods of torture, such as cutting off animals' ears and tails, burning them alive, hanging, or poisoning them. Fighting. Organizations for events like dog or rooster fights. These animals are forced into bloody battles where they will either die or be severely injured. Their lives are built on constant fear, pain, and aggression. Fur production. To avoid damaging the animal's fur, painful methods are often used. These include electric shock, gassing, or skinning the animals while they are still alive. Skinning a living being is one of the most horrific forms of pain. Chemical torture, forcibly injecting substances into animals' eyes and onto their skin, forcing them to inhale chemicals and often leaving them to die in agony. Abandonment, confining or tying up an animal and then abandoning it. This means leaving it to a slow and painful death from hunger, thirst, disease, freezing cold, or scorching heat. Unfortunately, due to the open nature of the internet, it is technically impossible to 100% prevent a malicious person from accessing YouTube or opening a new account. However, there are highly effective and organized steps we can take to prevent these animal abusers from using the platform as a stage for propaganda or entertainment, to ensure their actions have consequences, and to remove them from the platform. Direct and organized reporting. This is our most powerful weapon. When reporting a video or channel, it is crucial to select the correct category instead of choosing a hasty and general reason. Open the video. Open the video that contains the abusive content. Find the report button. Click on the three dots below the video and select the report option. Select the correct reason. From the menu that appears, be sure to select violent or repulsive content. Specify the sub-reason. In the next menu, you will take the most important step. Select the animal abuse option. Add a description. When submitting your report, briefly and clearly describing the cruelty in the video can speed up the review process. Report the channel as well. Don't just report a single video. Go to the channel's About tab, click the flag icon, and use the Report User option to report the entire channel for publishing animal abuse content. Get organized. A single person's report might be overlooked. However, when hundreds or thousands of people report the same video or channel with the correct category, YouTube's algorithm and review team perceive this as an Emergency. Organizing mass reporting campaigns for specific targets with animal lover groups on social media can get the content removed within hours. The most definitive way to remove these individuals from YouTube is to ensure their actions have legal consequences. Animal torture is a crime, and when this crime is committed on the internet, it serves as evidence. A person who has been convicted through legal processes can be permanently banned from the platform by submitting a request to YouTube with the court decision and identity verification. This is a much more permanent solution than just getting a single video deleted. Education and awareness. Do not watch or share this type of content. These videos get recommended to more people by the algorithm as they receive engagement, views, comments, shares. Instead, when you see these videos, only use the reporting and complaint mechanisms. Contact animal rights organizations. Animal rights federations and associations specializing in this area are much more experienced in pursuing legal processes and creating public awareness. When you encounter a large and organized channel, reporting the situation to them ensures the fight is handled more professionally. While we cannot prevent an animal abuser from creating a YouTube account, we can get their content deleted through organized reporting, ensure they face real-world penalties through official complaints, and prevent them from finding an audience for their cruelty by raising awareness. This three-pronged approach will stop them from using YouTube as a tool for their crimes. Do not comment or engage. Commenting on such videos, even in anger, disliking them or sharing them increases the video's engagement. The YouTube algorithm may interpret this engagement as interest and recommend the video to more people. The correct action is to report it directly without any engagement. Tell the people around you how to combat this type of content by reporting and filing complaints instead of commenting. The role of the YouTube team is critical and multifaceted when it comes to individuals who publish videos of animal torture. The first step for the YouTube team is to clearly state in its community guidelines that such content has no place on the platform. Under YouTube's violent or graphic content policy, animal cruelty is strictly prohibited. Organized events where animals are made to fight, such as dogfighting and cockfighting. Fake rescue scenarios where animals are put in a dangerous situation and then shown as if they are being rescued. All videos where animal abuse is presented as entertainment or for shock value. Since hundreds of hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, the team has two primary methods for finding these videos. Artificial intelligence and machine learning. YouTube uses advanced algorithms trained on known imagery of animal cruelty. User reports. The other method, which is even more important than technology, is reports made by conscientious users like you. When a video is reported, it is placed directly in the review queue. Therefore, the role of users is vital for finding content that the YouTube team might have missed or that algorithms have not yet detected. Videos flagged by AI or reported by users are sent to human moderators to make the final decision. YouTube's moderation team, spread across the globe and knowledgeable in different languages and cultures, reviews this content. This team evaluates the context of the video to make the most accurate decision. Legal cooperation. This is one of the most critical steps. The YouTube team is not a law enforcement agency, meaning they cannot arrest or legally prosecute someone. However, when a legal request comes from official authorities, the YouTube team is obligated to assist with the investigation. As part of this cooperation, they can share user data with legal authorities, such as the IP address and registered email address, which can help identify the person who committed the crime. This collaboration is the bridge that allows a perpetrator of a crime committed in the online world to be caught and brought to justice in the real world. The current measures, reporting, channel termination, cooperation with police, are generally reactive, meaning they are steps taken after a crime has been committed. The proactive and innovative steps the YouTube team could take to address this issue at its root and create a safer environment for animals could include the following. Behavioral analysis. A user constantly searching for videos involving animal cruelty, following such channels, or attempting to upload similar content could be flagged as at risk. This could ensure that future uploads from that user are subjected to stricter scrutiny. Expanding the use of digital fingerprinting for videos. When a torture video is identified and removed, a unique digital fingerprint is created for it. By further developing this system, YouTube could automatically block the re-upload of the same video, even with slight modifications like cuts, color changes, etc., from any channel within seconds. Promoting what is right is as important as prohibiting what is wrong. YouTube is one of the world's largest educational platforms, and it can use this power for animal welfare. Educational warnings. When a user searches for a term associated with animal cruelty, such as dogfighting, a warning box could appear at the top of the results page stating, "Animal cruelty is a crime." If you need help or want to report a crime, please consult these resources, along with a link directing them to official animal protection organizations. Creating an Animal Welfare Creator Fund. Just as it does for other social issues, YouTube could create a special fund to provide financial support to creators who produce high-quality and impactful content on animal welfare. Completing the feedback loop. When a user reports a video, sending a notification like, "Thank you for your report. The content you flagged has been removed for violating our policies." Upon the video's removal shows users that their efforts are effective and encourages them to make more reports. These steps could transform YouTube from being merely a platform that cleans up bad content into a responsible global actor that takes an active role in animal welfare, educates the community, and promotes positive change. Pain is an inevitable reality in the nature of life. It may not be possible to eliminate all suffering entirely. However, preventing the greatest sufferings that living beings are exposed to is both possible and provides us with benefits so great we can hardly imagine. The benefits of eliminating or minimizing these immense sources of suffering are as follows: the unleashing of human potential and true progress. The greatest sufferings are like a massive black hole that consumes humanity's energy, intelligence, and resources. The proper use of resources. Consider the trillions of dollars spent on wars, weapons, and repairing the destruction caused by conflicts. If these resources were directed toward cancer research, clean energy, quality education, and space exploration, the level of prosperity and knowledge humanity could achieve would increase exponentially. Saving the lost minds. A soldier who dies in war might have been a groundbreaking scientist. A child who dies of starvation could have been the artist of the future. To prevent the greatest sufferings is to prevent the destruction of this potential. This means that we, as humanity, would not lose our brightest minds and most talented individuals. An explosion of innovation and creativity. A society constantly struggling for survival, concerned about its basic safety, cannot produce philosophy, art, and science. When fundamental security and stability are established, minds can focus on higher goals. This paves the way for technological, cultural, and social innovation, social trust, and psychological resilience. The building of trust. In a world where the greatest sufferings are prevented, people have more trust in institutions, in each other, and in the future. Instead of living with the fear that a disaster could strike at any moment, the belief that we can solve our problems through peaceful and just means prevails. This environment of trust is the foundation of economic and social cooperation. The prevention of collective traumas, genocides, great wars, and massacres lead to collective traumas that last for generations. These traumas create hatred, cycles of revenge, and a constant state of anxiety. Preventing these great sufferings frees societies from this heavy psychological burden and allows them to build a healthier future. The strengthening of empathy and solidarity, choosing not to remain indifferent to the deepest sufferings of others, develops our capacity for empathy. This symbolizes a shift from an I-centered life to a we consciousness. A sense of shared responsibility for global problems develops. The exaltation of human dignity. It means to accept and practice that the right to life, liberty, and dignity of every individual is inviolable. This is the transformation of human rights declarations from mere documents into a global way of life. This makes us a more civilized and advanced species. An increase in our capacity to cope with individual sufferings. Paradoxically, eliminating the greatest and most preventable sufferings increases our strength to cope with the smaller, personal sufferings that are inevitable. The presence of support systems. In a society of justice, prosperity, and stability, when you lose a loved one or struggle with an illness, you will find stronger social support networks, healthcare systems, psychological support, and social security by your side. Meaning and purpose. The inevitable challenges of life feel much heavier in a world of senseless and unjust violence. However, in a just world where humanity strives to solve its greatest problems, our own personal sufferings can fit into a larger framework of meaning, and we can find more strength to struggle with them. Preventing the greatest sufferings does not just save those who suffer, it opens the doors to a safer, more just, wealthier, and more meaningful existence for all of humanity. Our life after death. After death, we either cease to exist forever, or we begin a new life. For example, a person born in the year 2000 did not exist in 1999. In 1999, their body, thoughts, and character did not exist. But in 2000, they transformed from non-existence into existence. In other words, in 1999, they were the same as a dead person. If they die in the year 2025, they will cease to exist again, just as they did in 1999. And this deceased person could once again transform from non-existence to existence, just as they did in 2000. Therefore, there is a possibility of existing again after death. If I transformed from non-existence to existence once, I can do so again after I die and cease to exist. Even if this probability is very low, it is not zero. A low probability does not make it zero. The security of life after death is very important. This is because we do not know what kind of life we will be born into after death. Perhaps we could be born into a life where we suffer greatly. I am thinking now, there are children in the world who are suffering immense pain. They can only feel happiness through imagination. This is a very painful situation. If we make life a happy place, when we are born into life again after death, our probability of being happy will be higher.